Welcome back for another unboxing video. Today we're opening the box of Under Our Sun. Under Our Sun is a cooperative or semi-cooperative exploration board game set in a post-apocalyptic world where life is at the mercy of the sun. When a giant asteroid hits the sun, life on Earth is suddenly at its mercy. Modern technology is no longer available and the entirety of the northern hemisphere becomes desolate hellscape as a result of the ensuing solar storms. Under Our Sun is a turn-based game where gameplay evolves around different single days, which they are divided into phases: the moon phase, the noon phase, the evening phase, and the night phase, where you explore the areas tile by tile to trigger events scattered throughout the map. You find precious loot and scavenge for resources to craft unique items in an effort to upgrade both your character and shelter. You engage in life or death fights against humans, animals, or something completely unknown sometimes, and you have to adapt to the ever-changing weather conditions where even the most elementary of tasks results in a fight for survival. To succeed in this harsh land, players must manage resources carefully, maintain their health, and ensure adequate water supply. Very vital. Only through collaboration and the use of individual skills, players will be able to achieve survival and reach their ultimate goal, whatever that may be. So very excited to open the box of Under the Sun. This is a game that it immediately drew me in from the box. Both the title and the box gives you an expectation of the harsh conditions, the post-apocalyptic, the difficult in everyday things, the exploration, and what could be unfortunate scenario for our humankind. Hopefully not, but it's a very, very unique and interesting concept and theme. This is the back of the box, and I have to say that this is the revised edition, the second revised edition, which was just delivered. This is a very, very interesting game where you have to explore, you have to manage tightly resources, you have to craft, and you have to battle different opponents in order to survive and achieve your goal. So let's see what's inside. First of all, before opening the box, I have to admit that the feel of this box is really nice because it has a very rough, this section feels rough in touch. I can't explain it, and this is a very, very lean. Obviously they made it by choice, and that's really nice because, I don't know, you can see that these are the mountainous desert area, and this is a sky, and there is also a bit of a UV spot on the title of the game. So it looks really nice. I really dig the cover. This is what I'm trying to say. This is one of the covers, the boxes that I would easily put in front of others on my Kallax, so just mentioning my personal preference on that. Right, good. We have a thankful message from the designers of the game, which is really nice. I always like that. But it's also useful because from the back you can see a quick tip on how to store everything, which is always nice. So this stays in the box. Then we have a rule book. Another thing I have to admit I'm really, really grateful for nowadays is the compact rule books. Don't get me wrong, I like having large books, but typically because I get all of my rule books in a backpack and I want to carry them with me, I find the square rule books more difficult to carry in order to read them, on the tube or somewhere else. This type of rule book is really easy to get everywhere. The rules of the game, the introduction, the components. There are 4 character boards, which are recessed as you're going to see, 6 character standees, 25 enemy standees, and 20 plastic bases, bits and bobs and pieces like tokens, markers. You have resources, 95 in total in translucent plastic cubes, yellow, black, clear orange, green, pink. You have water, which is very important, food and HP, some markers. You have the day tracker, which is very, very nice, and you have to follow it carefully, and also the 35 maps, which have some fantastic art. I think the art in this game is really nice. The long, the pictures from across, they don't do justice, and you'll see what I mean in a sec. Sun deck, enemy deck, night deck, event deck, and loot deck, and several missions. 32 in total, which is really, really cool, and I've seen, I know they're also preparing new. This is placed on, I think there is also a playmat on the game. as an add-on, which looks really nice, by the way. But you can play it essentially on any table surface as you construct with the exploration the tiles of the world around you. Okay, so this is how you do the setup. Here is a word about the solo and how you play with the two characters. The game mode, either cooperative or semi-cooperative, and how this is explained. The team cards, and then the Songs of Liberty team cards explained. Now, the gameplay in a structured way with the different phases, the day phase, the preparation, the morning, the afternoon, the night are all explained. The anatomy, very useful, of the character's dashboard. The health and conditions, the skill checks, the karma dice, and then a word about the actions. You can move, you can interact, for example, refill your water, collect something, craft something, and so on. You can explore and do all sorts of different things. Swap items with the character, use gear, trade with merchant, loot, eat, collect rain. Yes, you have to collect rain, which is harsh because under our sun, the game water is very, very precious, as it should be. We are not fully recognizing the value of water. Hopefully our mindset will change as mankind. Different actions like dropping open container and so on. So stealth, cards, the anatomy of the cards, different decks. You have the sun deck, the event deck, and the night deck, and also item and gear deck, which is important in this game. Crafting is something interesting as well. Here's the anatomy of the map tiles, and maybe here start seeing the beauty of the art of these tiles. I really, really like them, both for what they show and how they depict it. Here's the map tile New Haven. And here the resources, the training system, different things like the camp, the ammunition. There is also a miniature in this crowdfunding version. Different aspects like the merchant explained, the enemies, how they work. Combat is very nice and smooth in this game from what I've seen. The combat actions, examples. And also something nice at the end, the background story, to give you a bit of insight in this post-apocalyptic Mad Max style setting. Right, and a quick overview at the back. Right, okay, so we have two play rates, which have the crafting from one side and a glossary and some house rules. Oh, that's a nice addition. There is room for some house rules here, where you can add something on your own afterwards if you want to play it with some house rules. That's a good, well designed thought for a play raid. Difficulty adjustment, quick reference, and so on. This is linen finish. This is a very good quality play raid, so very nice. Okay, cool. Then we have a variety of patch boards, nice thick tiles. We're going to come back to the rest of the components. I'm taking it out of the screen just to show you a bit the very nice art on these tiles. So this is the back side, and these are quite large tiles. Think of Catan for size. Okay, so good size, and you can see the art is really, really nice. For example, this destroyed bridge. And so on. There is no title. I don't know if there is an index with the different locations. Maybe there is on the, I'll see, I'll check later on the names to find them easily. But the art is really, really nice. I really dig what I see in terms of setting and visuals. For example, this derailed train, some abandoned buildings. Everything has a lot of depth, that's what I'm trying to say, and perspective, which is great. Right. And there's some kind of market or abandoned residential areas. Right, then let's take the rest out. Just going to pass from the screen. Ooh, that's nice. Different art. There is a very large variety of items, as you can see, of tiles and locations. Okay, which means there's high reliability in terms of encountering different areas as well. So let's take everything out, and then I'm going to show you all the different tiles together, the remaining tiles. There are a lot, like really a lot. Okay. Okay. Come back to the rest of the components of these soon. Okay, nice protection for punch boards, not to have any wearing. So another bridge, suppose. Okay. Oh, this is nice. This looks like an abandoned control tower in an airport or some sort. Again, look at the depth of this visualization. I think that one of the designers is involved in the art of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Great job, really well done. Okay. You're never going to get to use all the tiles in a single game for sure. So that's really nice. From, oh, look at this gap here. Okay. An abandoned, crashed helicopter. Some kind of refinery here or something. Okay. Nice scenery. Intermixing with abandoned structures, destruction, desolation, and you know, the overall post-apocalyptic. This thing you have the post-apocalyptic feel or theme. Right, so let me just quickly put everything together for the remaining. I really like the the look of this map. You're not going to start with all of those, of course. They're going to quickly and come to be explored. But okay, so first we have one compartment with which is easily set next to your player area with the logo of the game, or the title of the game, I should say. Then we have 4 dual-layered recessed boards, one for each of the players. So we have, here you can put a name. Okay, nice. Thick skin, medic, veteran, and scout. Okay, I'm just simply going to grab one just to see how it looks. You have the attributes, the special skills, the fitness, the action points tracker. This is recessed, the water, reserve, and the health, and also item or resources, slots, and an item. And this is great quality. I would have liked to see a bit of the background on the characters in the back, like a background story. I always like that in the games. But overall, this is very, very nice. I like the fact that it's compact, so not huge for no reason. So taking just the necessary amount of table space, which is important, especially if the game is going to open up a lot, which it is at the end of the game. Right, so very, very well done. Really, really enjoy what I've seen so far. another. I'll see how the guide on how to store everything. So there are several compartments, and I like the fact that they're modular, they're coming away. Here is where you place your tiles. So very well thought insert. Okay, well done. And here you have also your miniatures. The miniatures are coming as an extra kit. Okay, and there are 2 more characters from what I think, from what I understand. So we'll see those in a sec. Everything. What I'm trying to say is everything will fit eventually in the game box with a nice insert. So this is really cool. These are the missions, I think. So I'm taking this out of the camera. So nice thick linen bag. Great. Lots of cards. This is the day tracker, so for tracking the days, for the days in the game, and preparation, morning, afternoon, night for the round. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, right. Then, let's see the dice of the game. There are 12 6-sided karma dice and some additional markers on what I see. Wait a minute. So these are the 8-sided dice. Yes. Which are really nice and vivid. But I'm more excited on these guys. These are the 12 6-sided karma dice, which look really nice. I really like the custom small compact dice, and these look really nice. The color also is great. So very well done. Right, then we have resources. Okay, so nice transparent plastic yellow cubes. Same for blue. These are water cubes. These are really precious. I like how they use water in this game as the equivalent of gold, which is what is expected in a post-apocalyptic setting. Yeah, water is the gold, not the gold. Forget about precious minerals and jewels. You know, if you don't have water in such a setting, you forget about everything else, really. Okay, so this is HP and food, the red cubes. There are more, of course, because of the need for more. Okay, I like the translucent cubes more than the wooden ones. Okay, some orange ones. So resources. Some green ones. Everything is packed in their own bag. And some translucent clear ones. Okay. There are plastic bases. I like the fact that they are. I don't know if the first version had colored bases. I really prefer transparent one because they don't obstruct the art. I'm just mentioning that because in the back of the box you see maybe they are supposed to be transparent and I misread them. I don't know, but I'm not sure if in the first edition they were transparent. But in any case, it's great to have them transparent. This is a fantastic pre-shaded camp. My package came with also the unpainted one. But this is really nice. Really nice. Very well done. Look at the details in this. I love them. Okay, looks great. We have some arrow markers. And the last thing I have to show you before going into the cards and the punch boards are these guys here. There are also some universal markers in black color. Okay. And some general markers in gray color. Okay. Very, very good quality for everything so far. Right. Before going into the cards, let's see the art on those standees. These are enemies, as you can see, whether human, bandits, or mutant, or monsters. They look really, really nice. I think these are the standees for our heroes. Yeah, you can see the color. And I think there are 2 extra ones that you can get as mini expansions. Okay. General tokens. Just gonna keep them clear nearby. Going to take everything and organize it in the different trays. There are several trays so that you can get everything in its place, and that's really, really nice. Okay, nice art again on these enemies. They're quite dark and scary, some of them. I don't know how difficult it would be to face off in the desert, but they look nice. Okay. I like the mix of both human enemies and bandits, etc., and monsters. It's always nice to have. So, a couple of more. These are going to go on the transparent standee basis. Okay. So instead of having this token, it's really nice to have the camp token. Much appreciating it in its place. Some rats, some wolf-like enemies. Okay, cool. Right, or jackal, I should say. More relevant to the desert. Right. Before going to the cards, let's see what's inside the deluxe character set. We have 4 miniatures, which they will go into the main box. Okay. Let's see. They come with their color bases. Ooh, these are really nice, detailed miniatures. Look at the gear. Look at the protection of the knee pads, the hood, the wrinkles on the jacket, the straps and everything. Really, really nice. I like the fact that the base is not flat. Some kind of rock formation or something. Yeah. Nice pre-assembled color ring for our hero. So really, really, really nice miniatures. They're very unique, both in terms of design, sculpture, and posture. You can tell them apart even from a distance across the table. For example, what I'm trying to say, look at these guys. They really differ from one another, even if you're far away from the table. Okay, so really important. Sometimes, if they're too similar in their stance, you can mix them. Okay, and then you have the color base to help as well. But I really like the fact that they are quite different in terms of position, body position or stance. Look at that. Look at the weapon pointing downwards. The pistol and the hair. Very, very nice miniature. Okay, and the last one is this one. I think this is the medic. so I will be playing medic because I love the green. Right, so very nice addition. So let's see now the cards. So in total we have quite a few decks, as you can see, pre-assembled. They look linen finish, good quality cardstock. Let's open and see together if that's the case. Oh, I'm really looking forward to get this one on the table. I love post-apocalyptic games. This seems like a game with a lot of variety, which is easy to get on the table, both because of the very nice insert, but also how it looks like. It's really, really inviting, if you ask me. So these are the different missions. I don't want to make any spoiler. I'm going to start first of all with the play rates. You have the movement, the interaction summarized, and on the back the resources and the combat. Okay, very, very handy and very, very good to have. Then there are different missions, starting all the way from, and different NPCs, like this merchant, or this, oh, it's nice that it's a landscape, and then much larger than a typical classic poker size card. Another merchant, third merchant. Okay, and then you go with the different missions. So mission 1, part 1 to 5, or 1 to 4, so don't read it. Okay, just focus on the card, not to make any spoilers. Mission 2, just focus on the art. Mission 3, they look very unique and different in terms of setup as well. 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 has what? 8 parts. 6 parts. Okay, and branching as well. Wow, wow, really, really wow. Look at the front. The chopper, the destroyed highway. Amazing. This is a briefing. Okay, so this is where you start from. The bridge, Chocolat Bridge, the relay antenna, or however it's called. Lutran, Crawler Den. I really, really like the art, honestly. It's very, very thematic and clicking together. So we're going to start with Search and Rescue. This is our first mission. Well done, well done. Great job here. Really excited. Okay, then let's see the rest of the cards, because I'm in a hurry, as you can imagine, to sort everything and start reading the rulebook to get the game on the table. Right, so here we have, let's open all the deck, the same size cards, and sort them. I failed to mention, which I shouldn't because it's not a given, but the quality in these cards is really nice. They have linen finish cardstock, great quality, really. Okay, and this goes like that. Okay, so let's see the decks. So these are enemy cards. Okay, we've seen standees with this art. Okay, the statistics at the bottom. This is the only one that doesn't click for me. Okay, a bear in this desolate desert. It's a bit not fitting. Everything else fits so far. The scavenger, really nice. Soul Drifter. Okay, this looks like a Dune soldier. Elite Soul. Prime Elite. And then you have a Crawler. Ooh, nice. And a Screamer. And a Nightcrawler. So very, very nice art. Very, very nice art. Very much impressed with the art in this game. I said it too many times probably, but these are the event cards. Okay, the event cards have both schematic visual feeling for immersion. I really like it. I hate it when event cards just a text. Okay, we can use our imagination, or we're doing it all the time, we're gamers, but I like the fact that we went with a very nice ratio of art with text for the events, because it helps with immersion. Really well done here. Sandstorm, look at that. Fever, snake bite, lost. I'm telling you, all the images I've seen, all the video I've seen, all the info I've seen so far from the game, they do not do justice to the great art in the game and the great aesthetics. I really want to emphasize this. This is the sun deck. This is my favorite color. So different conditions like mild, sun, heat, storm, or solar storm. And this affects the game, of course, as you would expect. And we have the night deck. Oh, look at that. Calm night. Crawlers coming in the night. Screamers coming in the night. Oh gosh. Night crawlers. Mischief of rats. Panic attack. Frostbite. It never is easy. Gets easy, does it? Fire. Inferno. Wow. Wow. And the team cards, okay, the Son of Liberty team cards and the Survivor team cards. Okay, cool. And then we have some smaller cards with the gear, I think, and the items. Let's crack them open. So excited for this game, really. So, item, gear, and some more item. Let's see the gear first, the gear deck. You have things from carrying bags, to sun capes, to light armor, good luck charm, carrying bag, backpack, sun cape again, light armor again, heavy armor, tactical belt, and so on. Okay, nice. You see, my struggle is not to hide the beautiful art when I place more things in front of you. So this is a larger, substantially larger deck with the items, so there are a lot of items, and I don't know what this means. Okay. Find that soon. We have all sorts of things from, again, this linen finish, great quality cardstock. Clubs, crowbars, knives. You see the different dice roll, spears, and bow and arrow, water bottle. It has storage for 2 additional water in your canteen. Really, really nice. Lighter, rope, animal trap, flashlight, binoculars, bandages for medkit, a medkit, yeah, antibiotics, stimulants, AD, sun paste, yep, prevent damage of 2 solar storms. Wow, tent and multi-tool item. Okay, and last but not least, 48 loot cards. This is a very rich game in terms of components. Look at how many bits and pieces there are there. So you can loot different things from all the way from plasma, shield, multi-drone, adrenaline, sniper rifle. I would have loved that. Transformer, poison dagger, old poster, cardboard box from an old delivery, board game delivery. Dog food, old books, pistols and rifles. You see there are different uses for those. Shotgun. And then you see this is an, I mean it's a loot, but it's a gear card. Okay, light armor, tactical belt, and so on. Knives, spears. Okay, really, really good variety of loot here. Very precious, obviously. So, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. You have to excuse me now because I really want to dig dive into the rulebook, sorting out everything and getting as soon as possible on my table. So many thanks for watching. I think I'm going to cover this game with more content and material because I really like what it promises to deliver. Let's see, hope it does. It looks like it has all the ingredients in place to do so. So many thanks for watching and see you soon with another video.